Hey guys, welcome back to PFI. You guys asked for it, and I've been working hard to get there. We're gonna go ahead and jump into building Sho'Nuff today. We're gonna start working on the motor and getting it all back together. But the first thing I had to do was I had to dissect a stock rod and get one of my drilled bearings out. Put that in here, and I need to drill this hole out so that I can make a rig so I can drill my bearings. Now they do make drilled bearings, but I have two sets of S2000 bearings here at the shop. Neither set are drilled for aluminum rods, so if I want to work on that today, I'm gonna have to drill the bearings. So it's not that big a deal. It's how we used to do before they even offered a drill bearing. I just had to remake a rig. I had plenty of drilled bearings to go off of. So basically you cut the rod here and here, you bolt in these caps, you turn them sideways. That holds the bearing flat where it needs to go. And from there, I put in one of my old drilled bearings that I'm not planning on using. Put it in my drill press and got her all centered up where she needs to go. So I'll drill that all the way through. And from there, then I can put the new bearing inside here, flip it upside down, drill back through. It'll poke the hole, deburr it, and it's good to go. Get the bottom end short blocked, and then we'll tackle the cylinder head and we'll get this thing back together. And then once it's all together, we need to really, I'm gonna try to get a good friend to come over, maybe Kyle Carter again, or someone. I really need some help dialing in the clutch. I don't wanna shake this engine to death again. I believe that's what happened. Steven and I are working hard to figure it out, and we understand how to make it slip, but I wanna make sure it's smooth. So we're gonna keep working that out and see if we can't get the car back at the track. So let's get to work. So I'm going to take an old bearing first that was in Sho'Nuff. This was on the top half, but I'm going to put it in here. It's undrilled, so I'm going to drill an old used one basically first, and then I have an old connecting rod that was in the engine years ago that I can test it in. So I'm going to do that as well. And that'll be that before we go ahead and drill anything new. So let's get the bearing in this. Let's put it over back in the drill press the opposite way, drill through, and see how this turns out. All right, after quickly deburring it, I'm gonna toss it in this rod. Let's see how she fits. And there we go, drilled bearing. I think that would work good. So it's nice and smooth. All right, let's drill some real ones and see how that goes. Now we always run the King race bearings. I've had good luck with ACLs, Kings, top lines, but we have just been on the King kick and it has worked out really well for us. So we'll just stay on that.
The sign outside says this here school is for instructions in the martial arts. So we thought we might get some lessons. Yeah, when we sign up?
How many yen?
I like to learn some kung fu.
Come on, hot stuff.
Come on, Leroy. Teach me something.
I do not wish to fight you.
Well, who do you wish to fight then?
All right, guys, so I started putting the main bearings in, and I was just cleaning up my main girdle, and I noticed that this, some point in time, probably had gotten some silicone inside here, packed in, and it got a little crack in here. I went ahead and wire brushed this and threw a little die grinder to it and kind of cleaned it up, and I'm just gonna weld across here real quick, and then I'm gonna helicoil this hole, and I got one over here as well that needs done. Just keep cleaning this thing all up and get it prepared. Get this bottom end together. All right, guys, I got that all welded up. I've got helicoils in a couple of these holes now. I feel better about the girdle now. It's getting late, but I think I'm gonna keep pushing and see if I can't at least get the crank in and the rods and pistons and just get that part short block.
Well, who do you wish to fight then? One of them? Or one of the ladies, maybe? Yeah, since you're too much of a sissy to fight me, maybe they're more your speed. Get it, girl. us. Maybe you can get a rise out of this whip.
You wanna wrestle with me? Well, you thought it was spot, and that's about it. No, Speed fits the number. Oh, come on, handsome. Show us your stuff. How's about a little kiss on my fist?
Oh, he's too much of a gentleman to hit a lady.
Big, shut up. Who was scared to me? Oh.
Yeah, come on, Leroy.
Woo-wee. All right, guys. I pushed through and I got her at least short blocked here. So we can get the head on, the timing chain. I think I need an oil pump chain. Remember that one was all just kind of pinched and no good. But I made some really good progress and I'm gonna push. August 10th's coming up quick. I'd love to have Sho'Nuff and the Freedom Civic there. Bring your car, put it in the car show, join one of the race classes, or do the two-step competition or local learn boat. Anyway, either way, or just come watch and hang out. Cheer us on as we just hoon out and have a great time. The tickets are live. I'll have them in the description. If you're racing any of the index classes, pro or sport classes, we're also including the event shirt with the pre-orders. The shirts will also be available at the show. But guys, I'm just super stoked, over the top. We're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be Colorado's premier event this year, so I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to having this stuff out there, and I'm gonna push hard for it. So as I got both engines here, Sho'Nuff's engine and the Freedom Civic engine, since I got the Inline Pro tensioner, I went ahead and threw my Skunk 2 cams back in it, hoping I don't have to turn a bunch of RPM and, you know, still make some pretty big powers. Sho'Nuff's, I just got to get the head stuff put back together and on the engine and then start working on the clutch. I need a new chain for the oil pump, and I shove that back in the car there, and then Sho'Nuff's back together. So I'm working hard on both of these engines, get them done for our event August 10th. So see if we can't do this. I still got to get my truck solved as well. So I've got a full plate plus the N600. If you guys remember my friend Hank, he's going to make a trigger wheel. So we're going to join up with him and get that going as well. So we've got all kinds of stuff going. Let's get to it. All right, guys, I got all the Drag Cartel stuff on. This looks awesome. I got the Skunk 2 cams back in. I'm anxious to run those again. The Inline Pro tensioner. Now this thing has got some tension on it. I actually had to put this front bolt in and then turn it up and then put the second bolt in. And even with the pin still in, there's a lot of tension. So I feel very confident in that. This heavy duty chain from Drag Cartel, it really is looking cool. So I'm definitely getting excited. I'm gonna lash the valves real quick. I'm gonna go 10 thousandths on intake, 12 thousandths on exhaust, and then I think it can start getting the pan and the covers and all that stuff on, get the clutch on, get the transmission on, and this one can go in the car. The Freedom Civic engine is very, very close, and I'm very excited about that. I think a good, 900 to 1,000 horse ought to be, fun for myself. We'll just try to learn the cars and play with them, and, we'll just see where we're at, turn them up accordingly if we need to, and, continue to have some fun. Right?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. All right, let's continue to go. All right, so I got the De La Cruz trigger kit in here. This is the new crank sensor. I'm excited to test this baby out, and I kind of hope that it solves some of my crank trigger issues with this thing doing weird stuff. So we are going to use it. I'm excited. Look, it goes right in there. It's got a neat little plug on it. So thank you, Steven, and we look forward to using it. Should definitely make us a little more successful. All right, got in this morning. I'm just kind of in here buttoning up all the timing on Sho'Nuff. Oh, it's looking good. I just love an F20C. Such a cool engine. This baby is just getting right there. I'm gonna throw the tensioner in real quick and then timing is set. It's pretty cool, the F20C. You don't have to have the cams in to set the timing. Settle this up and then you drop the cams in. And I always love that about this engine. It makes it so easy. Oh yeah, guys, we have got a long block together. We have made some serious progress. We got the Freedom Civic engine together. Just waiting some flywheel bolts for that. I have the flywheel bolts for this. So we are making some huge progress. I got a valve cover gasket doing that. I got a valve cover gasket doing this, but just some little stuff. But we're making progress, Sho'Nuff. I am stoked. All right, I just finished up this cage in my buddy Nick's little RSX. And I got the boys over here. They're running a new Fuel Tech wiring harness in it. Look at Blocky hard at work. He's Mr. RSX now, or K-Series guy. Yeah. He's a K-Series guy.
His runs great.
Well, it does run good. All right, so we got the motor plate on, Sho'Nuff. And I've got the diamond claw ready to go on. That's gonna go here. And what this does is it protects the crank and the flywheel. So if something comes loose, it doesn't destroy the back or micro weld or anything. So we wanna make sure we get this set up. Bolts here. I did have my friend Jeff over at Fabricate put these inserts in so we could save this flywheel. He did a killer job doing that. So it's a little T-washer. If you remember back, they were egged out from the flywheel coming loose. And so we put these bushings in, and I switched from the ARP bolts back to factory bolts. And we figured torquing that and doing that to our regular stuff could be a step in the right direction. We're gonna have to test this out. I don't want this thing to come loose again. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this all together now and keep trucking along and get this thing done. All right, guys, so what we're doing is we've got the hat down. I've got to get the height to 1/400. That's where this will come in. Basically, this has got to come to 0. So what I need to do is I adjusted all these stands the same height, but I got to go in and torque this thing first, and then I got to run around, and I got to make sure it's all set there. So that's where I'm starting off, and I got to get this right. I can do it in the car, but this will be a little easier since it's out in the open. So I figure I'll just take care of that now and see if I can't get that done. Sorry about the loud noise, but we got the cooler on. It's a really hot day out here. Okay, and you can see my dial indicator here. Now I want this to go to 0. That'll give me the 1/400. So I'm super close right there, and that's number 2, stand 2, stand 3. Just a fudge past, stand 5, stand 4, just a fudge past. So that's what we're searching for. So like this one, I'm pretty close. Let's see what it is. Some tension on it. Just a little. And then I was gonna switch these weights to like just a couple, one aluminum one. And just put this thing 7,800 and just learn. Let's see if we're right in the area. Got my cops. and then he said bass and stuff.
You may not wish to fight me now, sucker, but you will. I'm gonna see to that. Sayonara. Who's the master? Sho'Nuff! Who's the master? Sho'Nuff! Who's the master? Sho'Nuff!
She is looking fresh. Super excited. Whew.
Nope, the pan. Aaron, put your hand under the pan.
We're about to find out what's under door number 2.
Okay.
We have long awaited this. Oh my gosh, there's a piece of the main cap. Number 1. Back of the oil pump gear.
Yep. Oh, it's off. Pickup tube is still attached. All right.
We're rolling it over. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be pretty gnarly. Broke that main cap, broke the center out of that main cap. Beat up the rod.
Yeah, beat up all the rods, kind of just a junk flying around.
There it is. This is the Minnesota engine. This happened at Brainerd. Took the main cap, broke that sucker right in half, and just dominoed.
That journal's so bad.
Oh yeah, it is pretty good.
Aaron, grab a shallow tank.
It is pretty good.
Block is trash.
It just held on for dear life. The bolt is so bent.
Oh, this one's even worse.
Well, that's the limit of an LS block. Without a girdle or some kind of saddle or some kind of something. That was what, 65, 66 pounds or something?
64, 65.
Baby boost.
Yeah.
It's only a couple bar above sea level.
See how bent these two are even?
Oh yeah, they were all hanging on.
Oh, look at that dowel.
Look at
How
this
trash
bearing.
that hole is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the block's just so chunked out right there.
Yeah.
Right there, right there. Bearings.
I think the crank bent.
Oh,
At
something
that
had,
RPM.
something
Like,
bent and flexed
look
it
at it
all.
from this side. You see it. Hey, look at it from over here. You see the crank's bent. See this side?
Picked up. Oh yeah, you look at the gap.
You see the gap? That's what made me look at it, was I saw that gap.
The rods are so dented and stuff, but they stayed in the motor.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna finish tearing this thing apart, but you guys can see all the carnage. All right, guys, now that we got that clutch handle, let's get Sho'Nuff's engine put in, finally. I'm really excited. You guys know I have such a passion for this thing. It's hard to get to it, but here we are, hard at it right now, and making really good progress. Sorry about the loud fan, but it's really hot here today, and that little swamp cooler's hard at work, so. Guys, the engine is in Sho'Nuff. We are back in business. Now I just gotta put the turbo kit on, the intake manifold on, plug things in, clean the injectors, and fire this baby up again. Finally, she's there. The clutch, we have a good setup on it right now, so we're gonna test it and run it this way and see how that feels. But just a bunch of little things now, brother.
Heck yeah.
Woo! Sho'Nuff. I'm definitely gonna revisit this turbo stuff. Trying to get all of this together and do it quick at the track would just be an absolute nightmare. Just trying to get any of this stuff in line has been something. I think I've got some plans. I'll probably do another manifold, make things a lot simpler, quicker, because that's another thing. If the engine's got to come in and out, you know, you want to make sure you can just get it done in a timely manner in between rounds and not have to fight with a bunch of stuff. So something I'm definitely contemplating as I'm doing this. All right, guys, I got the motor back in Sho'Nuff. Finally, things are really starting to come together there. I've also got the engine in the Freedom Civic, so that's coming together. Jamie's just about got his engine in, and Goofy's got his stuff all set up, so we are making a ton of progress. Working hard over here trying to get these hot rods ready for August 10th. We're about to host the raddest race in Colorado this year, so make sure you guys come out, join us. We got a bunch of good classes, and it's just gonna be flat out badass.
We have like $15,000 in payouts.
Woo-hoo!
One day event.
That's so rad. I mean, Jamie's worked really hard to get all that going, and I can't thank him enough. We've got the raddest companies around us. We can't thank all of them enough. It's super special. We have not had a track, as you guys know, and the whole community is just kind of just waiting for something, and this is our something. So come out, support, and we appreciate a whole bunch.
Also, keep the date September 7th clear, because we might have a follow-up.
Yes, it is possible. September 7th, something could go on. We don't quite know for sure yet, but we're working hard on it. And yeah, things are happening around here. So we're going to continue to work hard for you guys. So I appreciate you guys hanging out and being part of the channel. Keep supporting us. Jump on pfispeed.com, grab some parts, grab some merch. It all helps us get all these hot rods together. So we appreciate it so much. So give us a like, subscribe. See you guys all tomorrow.